things are getting wild in the West right now. This is Hoop Talks. How is it going, everybody? It's your boy, Jelani Goodridge-Reid, alongside the lovely Noor Zainab. That is Miss Raptors Twitter to y'all. And the defender of the Pacific, Justin Pooni from Surrey, BC. But speaking of the Western Conference, right? We touched on the East a few days ago and how things are shaping out there. But in the West, it's a lot more serious, you could say, because these teams are only separated by a few games, right? So let me give you the breakdown of how the Western Conference is looking right now. So number one right now, we have Denver. Memphis right at 2. Sacramento light the beam. They are 3rd. The Suns are 4th. The Clippers, who just got a key injury, Paul George, the knee. Hopefully he's not out too long. They're 5th. The Golden State Warriors 6th. So that's the top 6 right now. And look at this. OKC, they are 7th right now. Dallas at 8th. 9th is Minnesota, 10 Utah. I don't know what they're doing. Do they want to make the play-in or not? And then the Los Angeles Lakers. I had to mention the Lakers. They are
give some Pelicans
11.
some love too.
Yeah, the Pelicans, I'm not going to give them that love. I don't think they're going to make it. That's just me. That's just me without Zion. So, guys, for me right now, right, looking at the West, I think it's really open. I don't know if we've seen a Western Conference this wide open in a long time. Maybe ever. So, my pick, right, going into the year, I truly believe this. Justin knows this, with our NFL show. I believe in sticking with your preseason pick. So my pick was Bucks Warriors. That means the Warriors. I think Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors are my pick to represent the West in the NBA Finals. And am I confident in this pick? Not really, because if you're looking at it, the road record is terrible, right? They used to be the Road Warriors, They show up in your house wearing that blue jersey and they beat you. Not this season, right? They've been very generous in any arena that they go into. But I still look at their championship DNA, right? It's still in there. And I think at any given time they could get hot. And remember, playoff, it's about matchups. So let's say they get a light the beam team in the first round. The Kings have not been here since Desperate Housewives was #1 on TV. So have they had any experience in the playoffs? No. That would be a good matchup for the Warriors. Maybe if they play a team like Denver. They're good, but their defense isn't. Okay? The Warriors could get them. Catch them slipping, I should say. So I want to ask you guys, who's your pick in the Western Conference? Okay? I'll go with Noor for this one. I got the Warriors. I still am a believer in them despite all we've seen this year.
I was actually going to go with the LA Clippers until last night, until what was it, third quarter?
Yeah.
Mr. Paul George, I feel so terrible, so bad. He's been playing amazing this entire season. He's been helping Kawhi Leonard and that team. Obviously, they're not where they want to be, but they're climbing those rankings. And I think they've proven to us in the past that they don't take the regular season that seriously. They understand that everything gets built in the playoffs. And just like LeBron James, I'm sorry, but Kawhi Leonard also has a different switch when it comes to playoffs. He understands that the regular season is a whole different ballgame. The playoffs is where actual stars are made. And we've seen him be a different kind of player in the playoffs. So for me, I thought I was going to be the team. But after watching Paul George go down, I think their chances just don't look that great anymore. Even him coming back, if he comes back in the playoff race, as just the rust factor, how he's going to be feeling, how he'll be looking, I think that kind of just sets them out of the race for me automatically. And they honestly were, up until 9 p.m. last night, my favorite pick to come out of the West. But second favorite, I'm going to have to go with the Nuggets. I understand why you picked the Warriors. I get the defending champions. It's still the Splash Bros. It's still got Draymond Green. They have Steve Kerr. They understand the system part. They've been there before, and they know what to do to get there again. They've had the same core throughout the entire championship run, minus Kevin Durant, obviously. But I'm going to go with the Nuggets because I don't know if I believe in the Warriors this year. I think they might lose the juice. And I know they've been dealing with injuries, especially to Steph this entire year. But probably is the reason why they're 6th right now and not top 3. But given the fact that one of them could go down, what will that look like for their matchups against other teams? And I know that's pretty much the same all across the board. Like if, Jokic goes down, what's going to happen to the Nuggets? If Murray goes down, what will happen to the Nuggets? But just given how important Steph and Klay are to that team and their injury record and the fact that I love Steph, but sometimes he's not the biggest playoff performer. I think it's gonna be the Nuggets. I mean, he's not the biggest.
Finals MVP
last year, but not the other finals he had gone before.
Should have won
2015.
No, I get it, but I think it's hard for me to believe in this team right now. Like I know they have what it takes, but do they have the juice anymore?
So you think the Nuggets will get it done, even though the questions are there though with the Nuggets? Like they've been good year after year, but can they get over that hump?
You mentioned that Steph might be the best playoff performer. What has Nikola Jokic done in the playoffs? He got bodied by Anthony Davis in the bubble, right? He didn't show. He hasn't really done much for the Nuggets in the playoffs. That's my biggest concern about the Denver Nuggets. They're a very good regular season team, but can Nikola Jokic be that guy in the playoffs?
But to counter that, I think all those years that he wasn't able to do anything in the playoffs is because Jamal Murray was out the entire regular season, so he had to take the team on his shoulders, and by the time you get to the playoffs, they're kind of out of gas. So it's no excuse, but it's just the fact that they weren't healthy teams back then.
I don't know. I felt in the bubble that Jamal Murray kind of carried the mail for the Denver Nuggets. But look, I can't hate on that pick with the Nuggets. They've been the best team in the West pretty much all season. Nikola Jokic,
my MVP.
It's Embiid, but that's fine, right?
It's Nikola Jokic.
It's Embiid, but.
Maybe honest.
Who's the favorite right now? Who's the favorite right now?
Hey, that's not my fault. It's not my fault that a little
who's the favorite right now?
Sways the
whole. You know how everything changes.
Hey, Joel Embiid should have been back-to-back MVPs this year. He should have been back-to-back.
I don't want to hear that.
He's first center since Shaq to lead the league.
I don't want to hear that.
Right? But I agree with you. It's the Golden State Warriors.
Golden State, thank you.
Right? I really, really want to say the Phoenix Suns. I really do.
Right.
But that Kevin Durant injury ruin those chances, right? I don't, as great as Kevin Durant is, and as much as he can fit into any system in the NBA, when you roll, you can't just roll the ball in the playoffs and expect him to fit into that system perfectly. It's not going to happen, right? So eliminate Phoenix. I do think Dallas has a chance, and here's why. If they stay at the 8th seed, they can beat the Denver Nuggets in a first-round series.
It's possible.
They can beat the Denver Nuggets in a first-round series if the 1 versus 8 seed.
I just don't think.
I don't think they have much outside Kyrie and Luka to beat the Nuggets.
I think they
I don't think so.
Because you mentioned Denver's defense is not that good.
They're terrible.
Dallas has
a worse defense.
But they got two guys that can put the ball in the bucket better than anybody else in the NBA.
Denver can challenge that though.
Because of all these questions of all these teams, you got to go with the Warriors. They got Steph. Clay's having a great year, right? Draymond, he's got his problems. They still got Jordan Poole, and I know Andrew Wiggins will come back. He's dealing with some personal.
I was gonna make that point. I don't know if we don't know that.
Bob Myers says they expect him to come back.
Without him though, I cannot pick the Warriors.
Yeah, but Bob, from all indications from the Warriors is that Andrew Wiggins will be back. Hopefully, Gary Payton II comes back.
Right.
I like Dante DiVincenzo. I think the Warriors, they're deep, and if they can get hot and they can flip the switch like no other team can, the Golden State Warriors will be in the NBA Finals.
Well, we will see. Hopefully, I get to see Steph win another title. That's my guy. Okay, I have agendas to push. But thank you for watching. For Noor Zainab and Justin Pooni, I am Jelani Goodridge-Reid. See you next time.